We're now going to turn our attention back to boxing. An upcoming fight, April the 1st, 2017. Mairis Briedis versus Marco Huck. Great fight. Marco Huck coming off a points victory. It was a workman-like victory. He got there in the end. I think he was actually tested more than he expected by Kucha, but he got through it. Being the warrior that he is. And now he'll be facing a much bigger test in Briedis. Briedis, I mean, I've always found him to be heavy-handed, quick hands, throws his punches in combinations, powerful combinations. He's unbeaten in 21 fights professionally, 18 by KO. I think it's a serious test for Huck. Huck, who has had a great career, he's a warrior, always gives 100%, always gives good value, and always great to watch. But that kind of style, it can take its toll over a long career. And I think he's still a very good fighter. He's still a test for anyone at cruiserweight. But I just get the feeling that he's in the final furlong of his career. I'm not saying he's completely past his peak, but I think he might be just past it. And so it's a good time for Briedis to find him. It's a good stage to find him. And in Dortmund on April the 1st, I think it's going to be a great scrap. Huck's style is very unorthodox. Briedis, he likes to trade. He likes to go in there. He likes to throw his punches. I notice he does throw his punches and then step back, so there is a little bit of caution there. But he also keeps his hands quite low, which is something I noticed. I think that's dangerous. It would be nice if he could, keep his hands up a bit more, be a little bit more defensively minded. But seeing as he's quick on his feet, he is able to throw his punches and then get out of trouble. There's a little step back I notice after a flurry of punches. The thing is here, I think it's going to become a war. I don't think it's going to be a hugely tactical fight. Huck loves to trade. He likes to go in there and have a proper fight. Briedis is not afraid of going in there and throwing down. So I think bombs are going to be thrown down in this one. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a knockout. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Huck, who got knocked out by Glavatsky not so long ago, 2015. We're not going to hold that against him. No, Glavatsky is a great fighter. So, this sort of weight, cruiserweight upwards, light heavy upwards, you're going to get knockouts. So we're not going to hold that against Marco Huck. But it is noted he has been knocked out in the last 2 years. So that is something to note. Now, in terms of competition, obviously Huck's going to have had the better competition. 40-odd professional fights. I think it's 27 by KO. He's going to have a better record, but don't look past Briedis' record because, there's a couple of names that caught my eye. Lanray Duradola. He's a dangerous fighter. He's respected. He's always in competitive fights. He's dangerous, and Briedis got the better of him. So that's one to note. I think there's another one. Manuel Char as well is on his record with Char. Manuel Char, obviously, who didn't get that fight with David Haye. The fight was booked, and then Haye... something went down. I can't remember what it was, but the fight never happened. Charles been around. He's an operator. He's a name. I'm not saying he's one of the greatest. Charles got quite a few losses now. Actually, he's on the way down, but still a name that caught the eye. He's got a couple of names on his record. Briedis. It doesn't stack up against Huck's record. Huck, who even got in the ring with Povetkin at heavyweight. I mean, he's not afraid to take a challenge, is he? He gets in the ring at heavyweight with Povetkin and goes the distance. Povetkin got the decision, but some people had Huck winning that fight. He went in there, it's quite a few years ago now, 2012, traded with Povetkin and went the distance. So, you can't ever question the heart of Marco Huck. And that's what makes this fight difficult. Even though I'm leaning towards Briedis, there's always the chance that Huck... he's going to come and he's not going to stop. He's got heart. He's similar to Tony Bellew's a bit like that as well. He's got the heart. He's not going to give up if the fight's going the wrong way. He's going to put in 110% effort and try and turn it around. We've got Mairis Briedis at 8-13. We've got Marco Huck 13-8. We've got the draw 25-1. Prices are interesting. I think the bookies probably got it roughly a bit right. I think there's probably, funnily enough, there's a little bit of value on Huck. It could have been a bit less. Maybe Huck at 6-4, 7-4. They've got him out at 13-8. Mairis Briedis 8-13. Would have liked a little bit more on that, to be honest, value-wise. If we could have got, somewhere nearer the 1.75, 3-4 for Briedis, that would have been better. It could even be. There's an argument to say it could even be 4-5, 5-4. It could be seen as to be that close. In terms of selecting a winner, I'm going to lean towards Briedis, but the value is with Huck, so it's a very difficult one. It's not, looking at it strictly betting wise, it's probably not the wisest one to bet on, but it's a fight I've been asked to look at. There's been a comment on one of my videos. They've asked me to look at it. I've looked at it, and it's a very interesting fight, so I'm going to comment on it. I always make a betting call. I don't sit on the fence. My lean is Briedis. I can't tell if it's going to be a knockout or if it's going to go the distance, because they're both warriors. That would lean towards it going the distance. They both like to trade. That leans towards a knockout. So I'm not going to get involved with the method of victory. I'm going to lean towards Briedis on the win at 8-13. But I think this is going to be a terrific fight. I mean, you just look through the record of Huck. There's so many great fights he's been involved with. Ola Afolabi has fought him 2 or 3 times. 1 draw and 2 wins for Huck. He's got a win over Steve Cunningham. Another name on the record of Huck, Steve Cunningham, who of course I think he put Tyson Fury down in a heavyweight fight, Steve Cunningham, but didn't get the better of Marco Huck. He dealt with Cunningham, and so, that just adds weight to the quality of his resume. Obviously, Huck is a defending champion, he's a cruiserweight champion. Very interesting division at the moment, obviously, with Usyk there. Lebedev lost the other day, didn't he, to Gassiev. What a great division this is. I think Gassiev is hugely dangerous. Abel Sanchez is doing a great job on him. Usyk, we don't need to talk about, great amateur record. A professional, very efficient. Superb in that division. Tony Bellew's there, who recently fought a heavyweight against Hay. Probably to avoid these guys, and I don't blame him. If you're going to have to get in the ring with a Usyk or a Gassiev or a Lebedev, I wouldn't bother with that. I'd go up to heavyweight and take a big money fight myself, for the money, rather than, get less money and take on a potential L on your record. These guys are serious at this division. He could have considered Huck. If he could have got Huck out, I think they could have had a decent fight. But that didn't happen. But getting back to this, Mairis Briedis, Marco Huck, the betting call on this one, it's a lean. I'm not going to push you hard in this direction. If you wanted the value and went for Huck at 13-8, I wouldn't blame you. But I'm going to take Mairis Briedis at 8-13.